Okay, so you said you taught me something called the 3 6s.
Yes.
Do elaborate.
The 3-6 rule, where when we're looking for an ideal guy, they have to be above 6 feet, make at least 6 figures, and have 6 inches. Be at least 6 inches.
6 inches what?
In the downstairs department.
What is that? Their legs?
Their dick. Their dick needs to be at least 6 inches.
So Jordan has the 3-6 rule, which...
And I'll be lenient on the last one, okay, everyone? Hey, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Mean Girl Pod.
It's the best of. It's the last episode of the freaking year.
Dude, that's crazy.
Can you believe it?
No, I'm actually shook. Like, I'm shook that next week is 2023.
Oh my gosh. And we just got through Christmas and now we've got the week off. And it's like, I cannot believe 2022 is wrapping up at 2023. Here we come.
It was a crazy year, but it was a good year.
We're almost to a year also. Like our birthday, the Mean Girl Pod's birthday is coming up next month.
I know. Oh my God.
You know the best part about the Mean Girl Pod?
What?
Is that the sum is greater, the parts are greater than the sum.
What does that mean?
That all of us, like, you know how sometimes you're in something and you're like, the team's on your back. Mm-hmm. But in this case, it's like all the parts together make the sum so good.
Oh, I love that. That was so sweet.
That's very true.
It's really true. I was reading through all of like what was your favorite part of Mean Girl Pod this year, and I just felt like I was like, this is so sweet. Like everyone together makes this whole thing so great.
Aww.
I know.
And that's how you know you're part of a good thing.
I'm very grateful to be part of a team and a brand like where I love everything about it. Like the people, the things we talk about, the things we do. Like I feel like that's so rare to find. And I couldn't agree with more with you. I'm very grateful.
You know what I've also come to love?
What?
All the hate that we get.
Oh, it's the best.
We love hate.
Like, I think at this point, I find it so, like, I don't know, charming.
Well, truly, you know what I think truly applies?
What?
No vices, no virtues. Like, if you weren't saying something polarizing enough or opinionated enough that half the world's like, yes, I'm with you, but the other half is like, I hate you, mainly guys. They're like, I hate you girls. It's like, then you didn't say anything worth saying.
Exactly.
So I feel like we
So
say
true.
things worth saying where it's like, you're gonna have half. Some of my friends from home, they're starting to like get in the comments and respond back. And I'm like, why bother? Who cares? We said something that people feel something about. I don't want to be indifferent. If someone feels indifferent about me, I'm insulted. If they feel mad or happy, I would prefer that.
It takes more energy to hate than to love.
Absolutely.
My art professor in college used to say, silence is feedback. Because if no one has an opinion, that's the worst feedback you can get because no one gives a fuck.
That is so
Yeah,
true.
I always think about that too. That's
Yeah.
why I like the hate comments.
Get in there and hate.
Yeah, I mean, no, literally think about if you've ever hated something, how much energy that takes.
Yeah.
Like,
And then you kind of like it.
yeah, then you're like, wait, I kind of like it a little bit.
Yeah, at least you
Yeah,
feel
you kinda like
something.
1000%.
You know the other thing I think about this, and you and I are really bad at this. We'll make these like really quick rash decisions. We'll be like, yes, I'm gonna do that, and we're gonna do that, and then like a week later we're like, so we're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Graham the other day, and I'm like, you know what I've learned also this year is that time forms an opinion for you. Like, a gut instinct is one thing, but most of the time, like at the beginning of this podcast, at the beginning of like getting to know you, I was like, I don't know. And that was the best because as time went on, that's when you really form, like you learn to trust someone. You learn like, okay, they've got my back, I've got their back. But when you make these like rash decisions or like you form like a really quick friendship with someone and become like fast friends, I always feel like I end up regretting that as opposed to when I step back and don't do a big rash decision so quickly. I'm like, oh, okay, every time I've done that this year, I'm like reversing it. But every time I walk slowly to the water, I'm like, oh, the water tasted a lot better.
That's so true. Yeah, we do make a lot of rash decisions now that I think of it. We're like, yeah, we're going to do that. And then all of a sudden, like, you give us 2 days and we're like, we're not going to actually do that anymore.
That's why you planning vacations is the best because you do it in advance.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I'll plan a vacation 2 days ahead of time and then I'm like, I regret this. That was so much money. I didn't really have time to digest it. But if I just plan things, which by the way, you're rubbing off on me because I'm at home and I'm like, excuse me, Graham, we need to plan this. And it's like in March. And he's like, why? And I'm like,
Who are you?
Oh, by the
It'll
way,
feel so much better.
Vegas 30th birthday party.
I know we need to do it.
Okay.
I'm really into that.
Who has she become?
A planner.
And I'm becoming more spontaneous.
Oh no.
You are.
Am I?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I love.
For sure.
Yeah, you guys are rubbing off on me. That's why I need more type B in my life than type A.
I do think we have to surround ourselves with the opposite because it's a nice balance.
If I had a friend like me, I would be very, very, very annoyed.
That would be tough.
I could never. I'd be like, stop, you're annoying me. Like, I don't know how you guys don't say that about me.
No, not at all. It's taught me so much.
That's really nice to hear. But same to you.
Yeah, it's like, we could plan. And then actually go.
Yes.
Oh my God. And book it. And not have anxiety about booking it. You've really taken away a lot of anxiety in my life, so thank you.
Thank you. That
welcome.
means so much. Same to you.
Thank you. So what this episode is it's the best of, which there's so many good parts of the podcast because we had a real life evolution. I was looking through all of our clips yesterday. Well, first of all, we look completely different.
Oh my goodness.
That it's scary.
So different.
It's not, I'm like, who? You would think we've been doing this for 5 years.
Literally, long hair, short hair, blonder, darker hair. Like, it's incredibly different.
The clips I watched, like before even Alana was along, I watched some of those and I'm like, I don't know them. And then at the beginning of you, I'm like, I don't know them either. Like, it's like we've lived about 4 different lives.
I don't even know who she was a month ago.
I know, it's crazy.
Like, eyelash extensions, lip filler, darker hair, extensions, like...
It's
Who
a
are
world.
they?
It's a crazy world. So
Your hair looks fantastic today, by the way.
thank you. It's a little long, but he told
Kinda
me
vibing
like
with it.
he's like, leave it until after New Year's. You can cut it, but you bought it, so wear it. And I was like,
I don't know, I'm kind of vibing with it.
Yeah,
thank
like
you,
that.
It looks really good.
thank you.
Are you, and is that the color?
Yes,
I like it a lot.
thank God it's the color.
No, I didn't know if you were gonna go blonder. I was like, I like it like this.
No, it's in a state. Just
No, it looks
4 months.
stunning.
Get used to this.
No, I love it.
Okay, good. Thank you.
In the spirit of, the end of the year, the listener question this week is kind of like about the podcast. And it is presented by Vagisil, by the way.
Of course, of course.
Vagisil is women-owned and led. With 50 years of expertise, Vagisil continues to be an innovator, creating top-rated products for women's personal care. I know that the whole Mean Girl pod has become obsessed with Vagisil, especially the anti-itch wipes and cream, because there's nothing worse than an itchy downstairs. Go to Vagisil.com/meangirl and sign up to save $2 on any Vagisil product.
What take do you regret making the most on the podcast this year?
Oh God, there's so many.
How long do you have?
Yeah, just kidding. I don't regret anything I've ever said in my entire life. I would say I don't regret anything, but there's some things where I'm like, that's never going to leave. Like, or I'm never gonna live that down.
Which is?
Probably the 666. Like, I made that fully as a joke when I was a little bit of more of a shallower person back in my day. And
6 months ago.
literally, yeah, 6 months ago. And now I don't live it down. Every day I get some type of DM like about how horrible of a take it was, how this person is like, I'm a 5, 6, 7. And I'm like, you guys, I don't actually care about 6, 6, 6. Like, your dick doesn't need to be 6 inches. You should probably be 6 feet. I will say that.
Phew, I thought you were going to say 6 figures, and I was like, don't say it.
And you know what? I'll make the 6 figures, okay? There.
Good. Wow, how far. We, at the beginning of this, we talk about this a lot, but we had so many rules. And it was like, I'm sorry, we've come so far. Like,
So many rules.
and it was like, you can't do this. And the next you could be like, you can do that. And it's like, okay, now we're just living, which feels a lot better.
Contradicting was our middle name. It still kind of is our middle name.
A little bit, yeah. But we admit it a little easier.
Yeah.
My take is Graham not masturbating because I'll post anything about him and people are like, well, you won't even let the man jack off. And it's like, okay, 1, you didn't listen to the episode. 2, the man can jack off. Like, of course I'll let my husband masturbate if he wants to. But I do feel a little sad if that happens.
Yeah.
And I think the best advice we got was for him to not do that. Also, like, he gets... like, I don't know when he would masturbate. I think about my rules for Graham. There are none. I'm like, my husband can pretty much do whatever he wants. I don't want to be in the room next to him and him be in the bedroom jacking off. I would be like, hello, please, like, not use me, but like, I'm here also. So like, take advantage.
And it makes him hornier for you.
Totally.
Like if he's jacking off every day, he's not gonna. Well, maybe he'll want to have sex, but he probably won't enjoy it as much.
It just feels something about that scenario. Like we also live in a, 1,000 square foot apartment. If I'm home or within the vicinity and you're jacking off, it just feels like a college boy to me. I'm like, text me.
Mm-hmm. I'll come over and do it for you.
I told him, I said, you know what I said to him? I'm like, I'll never say no. Like if you seduce me, it's going to be a rare day that I'm like, no. I don't know that I ever will, So with that in mind, yeah, maybe 20 years down the road, I'm a tired old haggard that's like, no, yeah, please jack off, like, of course, but not at this age. We're too young.
If you're properly seduced.
Properly.
Properly.
I'm in.
We love a properly seduced situation.
Now, there's a proper seduction to be had, and it needs to be. Sometimes I'm like last night, I found myself being like, guys can't read your mind in the bedroom, right? And so we're doing and I'm like, I just wish I love my boobs being touched. And I found myself get mad that he wasn't doing it. And then I'm like, oh my God, he doesn't know. Like,
yeah.
You just got to give him a little whisper.
No, I think about that a lot in life. I'm just like, I really want them to do that. But I'm like, why don't I just say it? But we've learned that.
Yeah, just tell them.
Just tell them.
Just be like, hi, can you do this, please?
Hi, move your finger a little more to the left, to the right.
Yeah. Take it back now, y'all. One off this time. And it's like, there's something wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
So I guess in consensus, it's like I feel like this podcast got a lot sweeter and a lot more open and a lot more vulnerable as as the months trucked along. It's like, we're like, less rules, short kings, yes. Doesn't matter what size anything is. Doesn't matter your income. It just matters if you have a good heart. Like, we want a good connection.
The toxicness has left the blood system.
Yes. And if you have something to say, you just tell them.
Yeah.
We got a lot more compassionate, empathetic.
Yeah.
We grew to love each other. If you think about where we started.
Yeah.
It was a really sweet, prosperous year, all three of us. Like, what?
That's so true. And, like, I feel like our relationships have changed so much. And, like, crazy.
I went through my best times and my worst times with you guys this year, and that's really special. Like,
same.
There was hard days, there was good days, there was mood swings.
You guys have seen it all. Let me be honest. You've seen me at my worst and my best.
We truly did a startup together. Like, if you think about that,
That's crazy. It's like I have no words right now because it's really I'm dying.
Jordan's a little sick.
I'm a little sick, but you know what? If you don't get sick for the end of the year, that's normal for you.
Right.
But I lost my train of thought because I can't think.
I don't have much to say because
it's so hard to wrap my head around everything that we did in technically less than a year because it hasn't even been a year yet.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's
From
sentimental.
When it started.
You were like, all the comments were so sweet about you. They're like, when Alana came along.
Oh, that's sweet.
We love Alana.
Oh my God.
We love Peanut Alana.
Yeah.
Love what?
It's been so fun.
Peanut Alana.
I am really thankful because I truly didn't think I ever wanted to work on another podcast again. But I'm really glad that I did.
Oh.
I'm really glad I texted Jordan and was like, wait, I'll do it.
Oh,
and I was like, I don't know her, but okay.
Yeah. I never really wanted to do it again after like the last one I did, just like kind of blew up in my face. So like,
you had trauma.
But this is just so much better. It's so much more fun, so much more friendly, so much more love, so much more creative, so much more empowering, so much more like lovable. And I have so much fun coming in every day.
It does make it is so surreal to think this is our job.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy. Like, I feel guilty sometimes because I'm like, I love my job too much.
Yeah, like it lights you up inside.
It does.
And that's how you know that you found a really good thing.
And 2023 is going to be such an exciting year. I'm just so excited to see all the things that we do and like the changes we're going to be making.
Oh my God, like where will we be next December?
Oh.
That's crazy to think about. Because if you would have asked us, I feel like all of us, like, where do you think you'll be by 2023? We would be like,
wow, last December, yeah. We weren't even.
This wasn't even a
we weren't
thing.
even friends.
Wasn't even a thought. Wasn't even on the radar.
No.
A lot can change in a year, I guess. I was listening to Bethany Frankel on Ed Milet's podcast, and she said the thing about it is sometimes she said success is a combination of trying and luck a little bit. And and everyone's like, well, what's the deal with luck? And it's like, well, luck is when the opportunity presents itself, being ready. And I feel like that's what this was. It's like we never saw it coming, but when the opportunity presented itself, we were all ready. So it worked out. But sometimes when the opportunity presents itself, you're being a shithead and you're not ready, so you can't seize the opportunity. And I feel like that's why if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Yeah, I feel like I love that. That's so true. I also feel like if you take every year of my life, 2022 probably was the year that I had the most change.
It's got to be. It's
20, is this 2022?
yeah.
Yes.
This one. I know it happens all the time. I'm like, is it 21 or 23 that we're in?
No,
Oh,
I always think it's 2023.
All right.
Okay.
Well, should we get into it?
Yeah, let's get into the best of. Best
That's
ofs.
wait, I'm gonna listen to this. This is exciting.
I know, I'm excited too. Yay, we love you guys so much.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, and next time you see us, it will be a brand new year.
Brand
Called
new.
2023.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yes.
I love when you say that. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Oh boy.
So someone asked or told me something last week, and I thought it was very interesting because it has to do with guys with big noses, and I feel like both of your guys' significant others have bigger noses, right? Like, would you agree?
Yeah, Graham. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Oh, Mike does.
yeah, big noses.
does-
in the
yeah.
most
Yeah.
beautiful way possible.
Which I say, I like guys with big noses.
Okay, I love big
like
noses.
that's
Okay,
masculine to me.
yes, I
I mean, no offense to like guys with small noses.
no,
Short king, small nose season.
I love big noses.
Don't they say like the sharper the jawline and the larger the nose, the more wise you are?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
My ex-boyfriend also had a massive nose too, so I'm just used to it. But so she told me that apparently guys with big noses big noses help stimulate the clitoris. And I wanted to know if that was true, if it helps with clitoris stimulation.
Not putting the nose on it.
I think that's what she literally.
I think it
means.
would mean that if they're eating you out, the nose would be rubbing up against it.
So you asked me this when I was out. Me and Mike were at dinner, and I read the text out loud, and he was like, 100% correct. Like I've consciously thought about that before.
Really?
Yeah. He's like, I've literally like used my nose before.
Wait, that's incredible. You should ask Graham about this. 'Cause if a guy's eating you out and they're like going to town,
If
they're like digging
going
in
all over the
there.
place.
Yeah, and they're like their nose is. Think about it, it's like it's rubbing up against it.
I'm trying to think about the times.
I guess it depends how crazy they're going. Because like obviously if you're eating a girl out, you can be very gentle. Your nose could not touch her. But if you're going like to town, or maybe you need to be going to town so your nose touches her. I don't know. I've never eaten a girl out before, so I can't tell you how it works.
I feel like if you're going down, if you're spending some time more south,
Yeah.
that's when the nose.
That would
South
be when the
of the
nose does
border.
come into play. I don't know. I'm getting lots of tongue right now. Like I'm replaying it in my head because there's obviously a way. Like I think Graham mainly uses his tongue, but I need to ask him if he uses his nose and if he does intentionally.
Wait, or if a guy, unless you meant south of the border as the butt, is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
I guess like just the whole.
Yeah, if you're like going below and like going down that way, then the nose is going down with it. I feel like that would feel great.
That would be the note. They should use your nose.
They should.
Yeah. I don't mind if he ever uses like his fingers because
Yeah.
it's the same exact thing. So why not use your nose if it's there?
Good point,
That would take a
Alex.
lot of coordination though.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be impressive to know.
Yeah, but I feel like if you're in the moment and you're just like getting it on with someone, any type of extra touch and stimulation just feels fantastic. You know what I mean? Like you're extra lubed up, you're wet, everything's just like sliding around.
Yeah, why not throw the nose in there?
It's even kind of like when a guy has some scruff. That scruff even can add stimulation.
I'm anti-scruff.
Really?
It hurts me.
Down there in general, because I'm anti-scruff around my mouth because my skin is so sensitive.
Hurts me everywhere.
Oh.
That's a big one for me, actually, that I've forgotten about. You're pro-scruff. I'm very anti-scruff anywhere.
Well, let's be clear. pro scruff down there, anti scruff up there, because my skin is so sensitive. Like I'll make out with a guy and I'll have like a rash on my face if they have. And I should say 5 o'clock shadow, not scruff, like soft scruff.
You're pro scruff on their face down there, or you're pro them having scruff down there?
Well, both, because I'm not anti. Like I don't believe in like everyone needs to be clean shaven 24/7. I feel like that's so juvenile. So yeah, they can have scruff down there, but I was talking about scruff on their face going down on a girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hard disagree.
Well, I have a quick thing. One, so guys, if you have a big nose, use it. Use it or lose it, okay? Get a nose job if you don't know how to use it. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was like,
No, literally, like, I feel like, guys, you can use your big noses to your advantage.
I do, but I really think that would take some serious
coordination.
I think it would take some serious coordination. This is the other thing I'm thinking about with this. Mm-hmm. That doesn't turn me on.
Yeah, I guess it depends if you're an internal or external stimulate. Like, if you get more stimulation from internal or external.
I'm going to try it. I'm really thinking about this. I didn't know what your nose theory was until now.
Like, if you were masturbating, would you would you come, like, from internal or external? Like, do you put use the vibrator on the outside, or do you go in?
So, I've never used a vibrator. Ever.
Wait,
I'm sorry.
ever?
No.
Even with Graham?
Mm-mm.
Ever?
Mm-mm.
Ever?
Not one time. I wouldn't even know how to
Oh my
turn it on
God,
and
my
use it.
vibrator is my best friend. I use it almost every day.
No idea. I would not know what to do with it.
Yeah. Do you ever use it? Like, do you use the other toys vibrator? What? No, and like, I'm not judging you at all. By the way, I'm like mind blown because your life.
It's just because on that vein of like all that fucking stuff right now.
Wait, no.
Yeah, I'm obviously down for it. I think I was entirely too lazy to ever go get one.
Alex, your life could change
That's
forever.
crazy.
If you use a vibrator, your world will explode.
How do I use it? Like,
So you-
I don't even know where to begin.
So you buy a vibrator. There's multiple different types of vibrators. You can get vibrators that go in your vagina, outside of your vagina, all over the place, and it vibrates on your clit, and you come.
Okay, I'll try it, but like,
We should go to the sex store with Alex and get her a vibrator.
Yeah.
yeah, when would I do it?
Ask Graham to do it for you.
Well, how do you masturbate?
I don't.
Oh,
I just,
you have a husband. What about pre-Graham? I feel like I've masturbated for so many years of my life.
I never,
You don't have a dildo, right?
no.
What?
Is that weird?
No, it's not weird. No, it's never weird. We do not sex shame here, okay? It's not weird at all.
I know, I just thinking about it. Yeah, I never did.
No, I was thinking, vibrators are amazing to have sex with as well.
I have heard this. How I'm down for toys. What would I do there?
So I guess the way he could do it is he could use it in place of his finger. So
Okay.
like he could be eating you out and using the vibrator, because vibrators can go in the vagina as well. So he could be like putting it in, because you could get a smaller one, or you guys could just like he could be using that instead of fingering you in general, like while you guys are making out, just like foreplay to like get you in the mood.
okay. Let me ask you this.
Yes.
No, keep going.
I was gonna say, but your mind is going to
Yeah.
be blown.
Really?
Yeah.
By using a vibrator, my mind will be blown. Like, have I been missing out? Can I ask you this? Is it worth me trying it if I've never done it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
And have Graham do it.
okay. Here's my question. This is what I've been struggling with. I've been having so much fun having sex lately that I'm like, I don't want it to end. Will it make it last longer?
I mean, I feel like it could make you come sooner because it's so amazing.
But I don't want to come sooner, because how do you make it last longer? Like, when you come sooner, then it's over, but it's so much fun to do it. Like, how do you make it last longer?
I guess when you're on the verge of, you like, if you know you're coming close to coming, just like throw it away, throw out the room,
And then just, okay.
keep it going.
Okay.
Because like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like I'll just be bored at home and I'll be like, I'll use my vibrator. Like literally, like I did 3 times yesterday. I was like, I have nothing else to do.
Really?
Yeah, watch Bridgerton, use the vibrator, go get a facial, use the vibrator again, go to bed. Okay, so you brought up a good point, Alex. Confidence and intention. You should talk about that.
Okay. Because I've been thinking a lot about like how to be, like, what is confidence, right?
Mm-hmm.
This girl DM'd me and was like, where does confidence come from? So I started thinking about it. And I'm like, okay, if we always waited to do something until we were confident, we would never really do it, right? But if you linked it to your intention, like if you started thinking about, okay, we want to do the Mean Girl podcast. Like we always say on here, we don't have a clue what we're doing. Like we don't have a clue what we're doing in life. We don't have a clue what we're doing on this podcast. Like it's all so chaotic. You and I don't even know what we're doing here at Barstool, right?
I know I'm doing it on a daily basis.
Yeah, we're constantly like, we're not the pros and we don't know. But we do have good intention.
Yes.
We love connecting with people. We love what we do here at work because we get to talk to people. We get to say, like, we get to be self-deprecating. So our intention's really good. So if your confidence was just your intention, talking to a guy at a bar, like because you wanted to feel good about yourself and because you wanted to go up and have a conversation with the guy because you want to date somebody because you want love in your life, that's your intention.
Actually, yes.
You know, if you're
that.
isn't that like good? If your intention was like, I want to go talk to that boy to piss off that other girl, that's a terrible intention. And you're not going to get confidence from there. And something bad will end up happening in that scenario. But if your intention's good and it's linked to your confidence, I think.
Alex makes me a better person.
No, I don't have this figured. But I was thinking about that. I'm like, okay, we have good intentions. We can be confident about that. Right?
That's actually so true because when I think about when I go out talking to guys, I am like, why am I talking to them? Is it because it's not because I'm looking for a relationship? Is it because I'm looking to get attention? Am I looking to get validation? Am I looking to just have a conversation because I'm bored? That's so valid.
You know how they say all the time, you find the guy when you stop looking?
Yeah.
That's because your intention. If you go out and you're trying to find the guy because you do want the validation or you do want XYZ, your intention's not right. But when you stop looking, then when you're talking to a guy, your intention isn't to find somebody. It's simply to have a good conversation. That's when it happens.
Also, I feel like just that in finding your intention through all aspects of life and dating. Like when you're talking to a guy on a daily basis, like you have to think like, am I talking to him back to like last week's episode? Am I talking to him because I like him or am I just bored?
Right.
What's your intention?
What is your intention right now with boys, I guess, would be a good question.
To have fun.
Because you have a good way of going about it, I feel like. Like, I don't ever feel like your dating situation is like toxic. I feel like you're just literally having fun. You have a good boundary with it.
Yeah, I feel like across the board, it's truly fun. And since I'm not looking for a relationship, I'm in a really good part of my life where when the guy plays too many games or they start to get obnoxious or I'm just not into it, I'm okay letting it go.
I like that.
Like, for example, I was talking to this guy last week or yesterday actually, and he was just like once again being really weird with the one wordies. So I literally was like, this is causing me more stress. He's adding to my load, like we talked about a few episodes. And I feel like when you like someone, they shouldn't add to your load, they should reduce it. So I was like, you know what, I'm done. And I've decided I'm not gonna keep talking to him.
Okay, speaking of that, what is the current boy update? Would you give us one?
You know, finessing a little bit. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Define it.
I feel like with me, I always have a few boys I'm talking to, but not seeing, if that makes sense.
Ooh, wait, that's a good way to put that. You're talking to them, but you're not seeing them.
Yes, I feel like that's me in a nutshell. I'm always talking to at least 2 or 3 guys, but I'm never seeing anyone.
Okay.
Physically. Like in person. I mean, I'm having sex.
Dude, COVID's kind of over. If you wanted to.
But you know what I mean, though? It's like,
It's better.
I just feel like I'm always, every week, it's like there's a new guy I'm talking to. And like, it's back to the one-hit wonder. I talk to a guy for like a week and then it just fizzles.
Wait, I feel like going out again because I was under a rock for a second. But when we went out, there are so many cute guys in New York.
Oh, Alex. Yes, there are.
There are. I was like,
Yes.
oh my gosh, they're nice.
Especially, yes, there are, Alex.
Yeah, I
nice.
don't think we're giving Jordan enough credit for what you did at the bar when you went up to that boy. That was actually like really cool of you. Tell that story.
Yes, I can. That's what I was gonna say too is, I feel like Alex, like this podcast has helped my confidence tremendously.
Should.
Because a few months ago, I would never approached a guy that hot at a bar.
Really?
Never.
Oh my gosh. Jordan looked so cute this weekend too.
Never.
Even Graham the next morning was like, I loved her outfit. And I was like, I know.
Oh, you guys are the best. A quick side note, if you guys are hanging out with girls who don't hype you up, get new friends right now.
There's no room for that. There can't be. We can't.
Like, even when we walked out of that one bar and you had your tank top untucked, I was like, tuck your freaking tank top in. You have a cute body. You got to show a little something, something.
Oh, that was so cute of you. I was like, oh, okay.
Like, I can't stand, I know we're going on a little tangent right now, but we have no room for people in our life who don't want the best for us.
Right. Have you ever not, okay, I will admit to this. I have sometimes in my life not wanted the best for somebody, but I can officially say when you have some sort of like ill energy going towards somebody, it's only about yourself. It's always about you, right?
Always. It's like being on social media, I've realized whenever I'm jealous of other people on social media, I'm like, wait, I'm not actually jealous of them. I'm jealous of them because of something that's hitting an insecurity inside of me.
It's never them.
Never them. It's a me issue.
Yes. So if someone's jealous of you, it says more about them than you.
Yes.
Okay. So anyways, you looked so cute this week, and tell the story.
So we were at a bar and there was just like a lot of really cute guys. And we saw this one guy and he was so cute. And he like walked past us. He seemed a little shy. We didn't really know what his intention was. And then he walked back and we noticed he was talking to another really cute guy. And I was like, I really want to talk to this guy, but I don't know how. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go up there and ask if they're single or taken. And this is a really great way to approach guys. I realized because 1, that's just a normal question. 2, if they act weird, you always can blame it on your friends.
Any day.
I could, if they were weird to me, I literally could have been like, I'm asking because my 2 friends over here are really interested in you and they just want to know if you have a girlfriend or not. Throw it on other people.
Put it on them.
So it's a non-losing situation. So I went up to 2 guys. So once again, keep the ratio small. We don't need to approach a group of 5 guys.
Raise your hand if you're single so I know if I can talk to you.
And I just went up to both of them. They were just having a conversation. I was like, hey, I just have a quick question for you guys. And they're like, yeah, what's up? And I was like, are you single or are you taken? And they were actually so unbelievably nice about it. The one is engaged and he was so cool still. He was like, I'm actually engaged. And his other friend was like, but I'm single. And they kept the conversation going. We talked for a bit. And then I was like, me and my girlfriends are sitting over there if you want to join us. And they did. And they're so cool.
Hung out with them all night.
We hung out with them all night.
They were so nice. I would hang out with them again, actually.
Yes.
Me too.
Like, they were very nice, normal, cool. But here's the thing, though. You should always, like, if we are trying to figure out the least harmless approach you can give somebody, that's it.
Yes.
Are you single or are you like,
and it also
you'd never be mad.
It also gives the person an easy out too, because those guys, if they were like, this girl is, I'm not about it, they easily could have both been like, we're both taken. No harm, no foul.
0. Like,
it's a win-win all across the board.
and if their girlfriends were standing across the bar and they're like, what'd she ask you? You'd literally be like, she asked if I was single or taken, and I said I was taken. Boom,
Yeah.
done, over.
It's just like literally so easy. You're not making the person feel awkward. Because you know how many times like if a guy approaches you and they ask you or like make like a weird comment or try to hit on you, you're like, well, you're just kind of creepy.
Right.
Like, this is just a win-win. You can't lose in this situation.
So exactly. So then from there, they came and sat down with us.
Yeah.
And look, we made new friends.
Also, another thing I learned, and you have to be very careful with this, because some people think I'm crazy, but if you're talking to a guy and you like them and they're interested in you, like, take something from them and hold it as collateral so they can never leave. I realize I do that a lot.
Need something
I'm
real?
sorry. Hold on. Excuse me.
Real
What?
item?
Like a $20 bill or like their phone or something?
Like your little troll collecting treasures.
Wait, like you're holding them hostage?
That
Wait, what?
so fucked up.
It does. Explain it. I know you can't possibly just mean that.
You sound like a serial killer.
Take
Isn't that
something.
what serial killers do?
Take something from the person you just met.
They know I took it.
Wait, explain it.
Okay, so I'm done.
I'm upset.
Oh boy, I sound psychotic.
Yeah, that was crazy. This never happened. You never sound crazy.
I really wish I didn't say it, but hear me out.
Can't undo it.
Okay, make sure you guys are both interested in one another.
Is this the first night situation? Oh my God.
In both instances, it has been, yes. So one time, so make sure you're interested in the guy, and I'm talking about taking like a pair of sunglasses.
Are you saying so?
That was worse
So you
than
have
I thought you were
Or a
gonna
phone.
say.
I took a phone once. Crazy. Oh my God.
Oh my God,
But it's a joke. You're like, it's like
That's not funny. You're taking
the
somebody's
punchline?
phone.
You're just like,
Theft?
no. I'm just gonna hold on to these for you, and then that way they like have to make sure they see you before they go.
Oh! I thought you meant at their apartment. You took their phone.
You went.
No,
Stop.
I was
at
like,
the bar.
dude, Okay, this is so much less messed
Yes.
up.
Okay, so at the bar,
Oh
for
my
example,
gosh.
you're
Just
like,
a cute flirting tactic.
yes.
Yeah, sweet. Okay. Love. We love it. Explain it better. That was a really shitty explanation.
Psycho to cute real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're talking to a guy and you guys are both obviously interested in one another,
At the bar.
at the bar, you can, and like, let's say like they have some stuff, like guys just have all their stuff always out. Let's say their sunglasses fall. You can be like, I'll just hold on to these for you. And then that way, before they leave, let's say they like talk to somebody else or like you're in a rush, like you have to have one more interaction before they walk out the bar.
They have to find you before they leave. Oh, you could be like, let's take a selfie on your phone. Then you accidentally put the phone in your pocket.
Yes.
And they have to come find you.
So one of the guys I was talking to, this was a while back, like a few months ago. This is someone we were vibing all night. Like we were very comfortable with each other. He was being really annoying about his phone. Like he kept trying to take pictures of me like in a really gross way. So I was like, I'm holding on to this the rest of the night. This is my phone now. And then I ended up leaving the bar accidentally, and he had to, and I like did not have this plan, by the way. He had to follow me out and get the phone, and then we kept hanging out. Yeah, we actually left together.
Wait, I love this.
Yeah.
Good. That's smart, ladies. Or guys. Oh, I would love it if a guy did that to you.
No one is taking my stuff.
Yeah, Jordan would never relinquish control.
I know. But it's the only thing I'll preface, please make sure you guys are both into each other.
It can come off completely psychotic otherwise, right?
Yes. Yeah, and like don't do anything, like don't do a wallet. You don't need to do that.
No.
Sunglasses, a phone.
I don't know that's...
Phone's a little intense.
Chapstick.
Yeah,
Chapstick.
chapstick. The phone was only because I was, one, extremely comfortable with him, and two, he kept trying to take pictures. So I was like, no, you're done.
I don't know. I'm not opposed to the wallet.
Alex. All right. I mean, I'm...
Yeah. You and your friends get some drinks.
So, I mean, it's just like another really great way to... And I mean, I wouldn't mind if a guy did that with like my sunglasses.
No, I wouldn't
Yeah.
care. No.
So I'd be like, oh, I don't... Sometimes we don't have any room in our purse.
Take off a shoe. Give him the whole bag.
Take
Have
a
him...
bra.
No! That's actually a good one. Take off the
underwear?
bra. Oh, yes.
You guys, what if you went to the bathroom, took your underwear off, slid it into a guy's pocket, left the bar, and was like, or you were like, come with me, and like slid your underwear in his pocket?
Would you do that for us?
No.
Just please.
Sample.
That's terrifying.
So self-centered of you not to
It's like
volunteer.
so sexy. I
Isn't
don't
it?
think I could ever do
I
that.
feel like you have to do that with a guy that maybe, I know we don't play games here, but like that's being a little bit of a dick to you, like to kind of show him who's boss.
That's funny.
Like you're at a bar, he's talking to other girls, and you're like, oh no, you're mine. So you take your underwear off, get out of the bathroom, put it in his like pocket, and you can be like,
Left you something.
yep.
I think I'm going to do that to Graham. I know that we're married, but that would be a fun
It's a
flirting.
good husband thing.
That's cute. Yeah.
Being spicy.
Keep it spicy.
Quick pause to talk about Vagisil. There are so many everyday things that can make your vulva feel itchy, and there's nothing worse, oh my gosh, when you have an itchy downstairs, like shaving, waxing, sweat, friction from sex, clothing, pads, liners, harsh detergents or soaps, hormonal changes, your period, or the worst of them all, a yeast infection. Vagisil itch relief creams and wipes work beautifully to help stop the itch instantly. Vagisil itch cream is the #1 selling vulvar itch product on the market. Created by the #1 itch experts, Vagisil's female scientists using the strongest anti-itch medicines available, plus skin conditioning botanicals and vitamin E. They're gentle yet effective, clinically proven, and gynecologist tested. Choose cream or wipes, whichever you prefer. I personally am a wipe girl. Something about removing it makes it feel better than just like rubbing it around, but there's no bad option. When your vulva feels healthy and happy, you feel like your most beautiful self, which is the most accurate ever, because there's nothing worse than something going on downstairs because it affects everything. So go to Vagisil.com/meangirl and sign up to save $2 on any Vagisil product. That's Vagisil.com/meangirl and sign up to save $2 on any Vagisil product.
When I'm on airplanes, I'll scroll back and look at photos of like times. And like I'll just look at-
times in your life.
Yeah.
It's
Times,
like-
yeah.
it's
Like
like
old
Times
old
magazine?
photos. I'll just look at the times. So I'll be on an airplane and I'll scroll back up to a year ago and I'll go to like a friend's wedding and I'll start looking at the photos and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I looked cute. And then I'll remember how I felt during that time. And I would look in the mirror and I would be like, wow, your face is puffy.
Yeah.
Then I look at the photos and I'm like, oh my gosh, like look how much fun I was having. Like I'm like, I look cute. But I think back to that feeling of how I felt and I'm like, I felt terrible, like and I'm just like would berate myself. I wouldn't want to post the pictures. I wouldn't even want to take the pictures.
Yeah.
And it's like, I just wish I could base it off of how I felt.
What is the lens that you're seeing yourself in that's giving it like a negative light at that moment? Like when you look in the mirror, when you looked in the mirror then, like what was the what was the filter that you were seeing?
I think I feel like if I'm not eating pretty healthy or working out or not eating the right amount, then the next morning I deserve to wake up and like look puffy if I didn't obey all of the rules in my head. I'm like, it's like I'm in a race on a track and there's 5 lanes, but I'm in all 5 of them. And every day it's like me versus me versus me versus me versus some new rule, right? Like I just live in like a pond of rules around the food thing. And it's like almost habilitating sometimes. And it didn't used to be like this. Like I wasn't this way in college or high school. It happened later in life. It happened when I got married. It happened when I went on the wedding diet. I thought I was fat on my wedding day. I remember putting on my dress and being like, wow, I am this big on my wedding day.
Yeah, I've seen pictures. You look incredible.
And that's how I know. I'm like, I look back at the photos and I'm like, wow, I was like proud of you. Like, you know, you worked out and like you looked great. And then I'm like, but you were so mean to yourself.
Yeah.
Like, but I feel like it makes me feel better to know, like, I think everyone is that way. Like, it's not just us, right?
Yeah.
All my friends, my mom, every woman in my life, even men too. I also think too, like for me, I know it started back in high school because I was this big in high school. I was the smallest.
Were you really?
Oh my God, I was the smallest girl ever. And it was like genetic. I got so tall. I was like 5'7" when I was in like 7th grade. I just shot up.
Wow.
And I think I was always told, like, everyone always praised me for being small. They're like, you're so small, you're so small, you're so small. And at the time, everyone thinks they're complimenting you. But I think we forget, like, skinny shaming is just as toxic as fat shaming. I don't think we ever should compliment someone based off of their body, because if I was like, Alex, you look so skinny today, I don't know what you did to look that way. For all I know, you could have starved yourself last night. You could have worked out for 3 hours, and then in your head you think, oh, I have to keep doing X, Y, and Z to receive those compliments of looking skinny because she didn't tell me I looked skinny 2 days ago and I ate way more 2 days ago. Like, I don't think people realize that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree with that. It's nice. The best compliment's like, oh, you look cute.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, because I did do my makeup, so thank you for that. But that had nothing to do with anything else about me.
So then growing up, when I like went through puberty and like actually matured and got a more of a woman's body, I wasn't the smallest girl anymore. And like, obviously people stopped saying it, and then it just like messed with my head. 'Cause I'm like, whoa, people aren't praising me for my size anymore. Like, did I do something wrong? So that I think we just all forget, like, body comments, positive, negative, they affect people usually always negatively.
Yeah, I would say always negatively. Bodies, I don't know. I feel like if there's guys listening too, I still am trying to explain this to the guys in my life. My dad, I love him to death, but if I am sitting in the kitchen, like standing and eating like before dinner, he'll be like, whoa, like there she goes before dinner. And like, I can start crying.
Wait,
But same. Yeah, and he's like, honey, who cares? And I'm like, me, I care.
Wait, Alex, my dad literally always goes, stop snacking and we want to make sure you finish your dinner. And I'm like, when have I never finished my dinner? And I tell my mom, like, Mom, he needs to stop because it's triggering and it's making me have horrible thoughts. And she's like, I've told him a million times and I'm the same way. I want to cry.
I have stood there and just started bawling out of anger of like, why don't you get it? And to them, they're like, what's there to get?
Yes.
I'm
Oh
like,
my God.
Wow, that makes me feel so much better because I used to never, I don't know if he used to never do it or I never cared.
My dad's done my whole life.
Okay, I'm like, in high school, maybe he was like, oh, another Eggo, you know? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, excuse me?
Yeah.
Do not point out what I'm eating.
Never
Cannot.
comment on what someone's eating. Ever. The amount, even if it's like how little or how much, like even with you training, like the last thing I would ever ask you is, Alex, are you getting enough fuel? Are you making sure you're eating enough? Like, that's none of my business. None of my business. That's
Right.
between you and your trainer.
Right. And then me and myself.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, and you and yourself.
And then eat the food.
Like, oh, it grinds my gears. Like, I'll never understand why we put so much pressure on ourselves to be a certain size. Or, like, why we care. Like, putting on a suit this summer, I'm like, no one cares what I look like but me.
Who do you care what they look like? Do you care one bit what I look like in a swimsuit?
No, and you know what's so funny? So one of my best friends texted me today, and she's like, I'm going through like a lot of bad body image issues. And I texted her, I was like, yeah, me too. And you want to know what's funny? I've never once cared what any of my friends look like. I've never once set their worth based off of their body weight, but for some reason I do it to myself every day.
Yeah, I could literally care. The only time I actually cared about what you wore was I did think you had a really cute waist, and I was like, you're hiding it.
Well, that's what I feel like. If anything, you think, oh my God, you look so cute and good.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck, I look like shit.
Yes, it's always the
Yes.
comparison.
Well, do you remember when we went out and we were talking about our height differences? And I was saying that I'm short compared to you guys, and it makes me feel less like a woman when I stand next to you. And you
Yeah.
guys were saying when you stand next to me, it makes you feel like big.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? I feel so embarrassed standing next to you guys when we go out.
Which is so funny because I feel embarrassed standing next to you because you're so cute and little.
No, I don't.
Short, not little. Short.
I feel like a house.
I
I'm
feel like
oh,
I feel like a
I
basketball
feel like a
player.
child. I don't feel like a woman. I don't know.
It's
Isn't
our
that
own
interesting?
lenses. That's
Yeah.
such a good point. Yeah, it's so true. I remember back to spring breaks, and people will be in their swimsuits, and I'm like, holy mother of you all look awesome, and then I'm like, and you, and it's like you
Yeah.
all probably thought the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
it's so crazy.
I used to growing up, my friends had hot tubs, pools. I used to like make up excuses not to go to them because I would refuse to wear a suit in front of my friends. My friends should be like the one place I feel the most confident wearing a suit in front of. But I used to like deny plans because of like wearing a suit all the time.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Especially if guys were there, I never would go.
Okay. Does anybody do this?
Probably.
No. Yes. Yes. We all do this.
Well, it's like yeah.
Knowing you have something coming up. Like, okay, so you're supposed to put on a dress on Friday. The Friday before, I'm like, and it's crash course. And I'm miserable.
You don't even want to know what I did before my birthday.
Really?
Yeah, I always do that. Yeah. Yeah, it's so bad.
It's the worst.
It's really, really bad. Yeah. And then it like gets up to, or it like hits you, and then all of a sudden it just like Ugh, it's so bad.
I think it mentally, for us to be like, to berate ourselves and be like, you have to prepare for this. Mm-hmm. It's the worst. It's the worst feeling in the world. Like, it's so mean to ourselves.
Yeah, like going to the shore and putting on a suit in front of your friends and your coworkers. No, thank you. I will not be doing that. No, jean shorts will be on the whole time.
That should be illegal.
literally like. But that's what my
But
first
they
thought
don't
is.
care.
No, but one of my first thought was when you were like, you guys were like, come to the shore where you can all like hang out together. I was like, I literally go, you want me to wear a suit in front of all you guys? No.
Jordan's like, no.
I'm like, no. In my head, I'm literally like, it's so messed up. But I'm like, okay, I have to get a cover up that I can keep on the whole time. I have to find cute jean shorts that I could keep on the whole time. Like, that's like the thoughts that not even how much fun I'm gonna have. It's gonna be what I think of myself. So toxic.
Something changed for me last summer,
Oh,
and I
what?
never
Please
went
share.
back.
Please
okay,
tell me
when
the
I when I
positivity.
broke my leg, in about a month, I lost 12 pounds, which I don't remember the last time. Probably pre-puberty was when I weighed what I weighed, and before I hadn't weighed myself at this point, and I remember like looking in the mirror and still thinking the same thoughts I had thought about my body
'cause you didn't know
2
your
months
weight.
before. I didn't know my weight. I didn't know how I felt. And I remember like putting something on and being like, ugh, gross or something. And then I went to the doctor. When I saw the number on the scale, I was legit like shell shocked because it kind of all came full circle for me. Like I always thought if I lost this amount of weight, I would look better, be happier. And then I felt no different about my body, not knowing the number. And
That's so interesting.
now I went back to like my natural weight, and I don't think about my body the same way I did before I broke my leg.
Wait,
How do
that's
you
very
think of it?
interesting.
I just think I'm hot. Like I just am like
Wait, can you say that again?
I just think I'm so hot. Like I do.
yeah!
Because I always had this thing in my head, if I did this, I would feel better and look better. And it just wasn't true. And I realized that it was like a mind thing.
That's so valuable because if you, I mean, like I've fluctuated all over the place throughout my entire life, and I've been very small. And I always think like I've always told myself, Jordan, go back to the time you were your smallest. Were you happy? Nope, you were your most miserable.
Yes.
I was my
Isn't that
most
crazy?
miserable because I isolated myself from society because I was too afraid to go out to eat with my friends. I was in my head all the time. I was the saddest I've ever been. And then I think about when I was my not heaviest, but my healthiest, and fucking loved life.
Yeah. You know what's funny? Like, hearing Alana say, like, now I just think I'm hot.
I love that.
I thought that was so cool to hear you say. Like, something, a part of me was like, oh my God, And then I imagine me saying that, and I'm like, I could never say that out loud. But hearing you say I'm so hot, I thought, like, I saw like I was like, oh,
A rainbow. Like,
my God.
But you
like,
are,
cool.
like, because now I feel like I look at you and be like, you're so hot. And now I look at myself kind of in that, guys, that hopefully other people see me as.
Oh my God, you're
But
hot.
like, I don't have that self-hate because I was there. I reached this milestone that I thought I wanted to reach without knowing, and I still had that like self-hate thing.
Yeah. That's
so
so
I knew it was
powerful.
fake. Do you know what I mean?
Such a cool moment for you to
It
realize.
was. It really was. I was like shocked. I remember being at the doctor's office, like completely, like I felt like my world was flipped upside down.
Wow.
So your takeaway was like, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I won't be happy even if I lost 100 pounds. Like, it doesn't exist.
It made me realize that all that self-hate is like completely not real. It's like being afraid of the dark.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not real either. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know what size I am ever anymore.
I can't go on a scale.
Oh, no,
Well, that's
no.
good.
I'm saying,
That's good for you.
Yeah, I
think.
can't go on a scale. I'm saying even
Scales
looking in
are
the mirror.
crazy.
Oh, same.
I'm like,
yeah.
no idea. Lost it. Can't remember.
Oh my God. It's amazing what our mind can play tricks on. But like something that comforts me in a really fucked up way is
Wheels are turning.
it like I always think I'm like, okay, I have people in my life of all different sizes, smaller than me, bigger than me, my size. None of us are happy. Like that sounds really fucked up, but like it makes me realize like we all are struggling with our size, no matter if we are the ideal size that society tells us or the size that society tells us not to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely.
What started turning in your head when I said that?
Well, I was thinking, could you say I'm hot?
Could I say that you're hot?
No, you're hot.
Oh yeah. Say it. Can you
No.
say about yourself?
I'm still working on my confidence. No, I can't say that.
No, same. And I think we should try to say it because, like, when she said it, I was like,
I believed Alana when she said
same.
it. though.
I believed
I
it.
was like, hell yeah, you fucking
Yeah.
are. Which I can like feel that energy from you, which makes you even hotter.
Yes.
God, thank you.
You like I knew
God,
you were gonna
thank
say
you.
that. I was like, she radiates
Yeah.
it.
You do radiate
Oh my
like
God, thank
confident.
you.
I'm hot.
Also, the whole time we've been having the body image talk about even talking about it on here, I could tell she didn't have it.
Yeah.
You and I are
I
like,
just got out
okay.
of it one day. Like it's hard to explain, but I feel like when I look at myself in the mirror now, I look at like the essence of me rather than like, oh, my thighs look bigger than usual.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I am as the essence of myself, I'm hot.
Yeah.
Like when I walk to work, I feel like a hot girl going to work.
and you can walk and you have like the strength and like the fuel in your
Yeah.
body to do it.
Right.
I would pay money to see myself the way that like the people who love me see me.
If you saw me the way I saw you, you'd be like,
Wait, did you hear what you just said?
what did I
saw
say?
me the way I saw you.
Oh, if you saw you the way I saw you, if you saw me the way, no, wait. If you saw yourself through my eyes, you'd be like, damn.
It's safe for you. If you saw yourself the way I see you every day, you'd be like, holy hell, I'm the hottest girl in this world.
Yeah, and that's what I think about you, and it's just like, I'm over here boxing against myself.
It's actually, it's so fucked up.
Say you're hot. I want to make it a TikTok noise.
Okay. You first.
Fuck.
It's your idea.
on.
You go first.
I want to go first.
Yeah, you go first.
I'm fucking hot.
so hard.
I'm so fucking hot.
Oh my god, it's like swearing in front of your parents.
Worse. Wait, we've got to be able to do
It's
this.
like the penis game.
Yes.
I'm hot.
Confident.
I struggle with this department. I can't talk about myself.
I know, which is so weird because you're the most common person I've ever met in my life.
One more time.
I'm hot.
I'm hot. I'm hot. Is that better?
Faster.
I'm hot. Why? Why are you hot?
I'm hot
Why?
because I cannot.
What?
I cannot answer that. I'm blushing.
I'm glad I'm not in the hot seat.
Jordan.
Say it.
Oh my.
I know.
Why is it so? Okay, this is so pathetic. This
I'm
is
hot.
so
That's better.
pathetic.
That's better. I'm hot. Go.
I'm
I
hot.
didn't. That wasn't
Yeah.
with conviction at all.
I'm hot.
No.
I'm hot.
I'm hot.
I'm hot.
Yeah, I love doing it for you. There we go.
Yeah, I'm hot.
I'm hot. I'm hot.
I'm
Here.
hot.
I'm hot. I'm hot.
I'm hot.
It's like, no, I'm hot.
No, you're hot.
I'm hot.
And she's hot.
Oh wow, that's really hard.
Let's work on it.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's so weird because I just said like you're the most common person I know, and you are. I feel like in all aspects, but you like to you're like not in this aspect, which I
No.
would never have known. I up until this week, I never knew you thought this way about your body.
I didn't know you did either. Like we've sort of actually like a couple glasses of wine. We're always like, oh yeah, have I told you about my body image issues? And we're like, and then we'll both be like, too much. Don't tell me.
Well, and I think the reason why I don't talk about people is because I've learned in therapy like I cannot project that onto other people because it's triggering. So a lot of people don't know I struggle with it, but then it's hard because sometimes like if I make comments, people don't validate those comments.
I think the one thing we have to remember is like everyone deals with it, and like I know one thing we didn't want to do was trigger somebody because like I can be easily triggered, and I know you can
Oh, God,
too.
yeah.
But like we also I feel like we just shared our own experiences.
Yeah.
Right? Did we do that? It was just
Yeah.
us, right?
Yeah, and it's okay to feel this way. And like, if you do feel this way, I want you to look in the mirror and say you're hot right now. Do it right now.
I
Right
think
now.
You should even see if you can. Like
Yeah.
that. What a test.
So, like, send us a video on Instagram. Like, DM us a video of you saying it. We won't
Put it
show
on your
anyone.
story.
Yeah.
I'm hot.
Post a selfie.
Hopefully we can make the sound on TikTok.
Yeah, we should make a TikTok after this saying
I'm hot.
it's going around and making everyone in the office say they're hot.
I'm hot.
But why are you hot? What makes you hot?
I like my teeth.
That's a good
My
answer.
smile.
Yeah, that's really
Do
cute.
you like your lips?
I do now.
Yeah.
I think your lips are great.
Now that I have lip filler, I do.
Jordan,
Hey,
Alex.
I mean, sorry. I do.
That's good though.
What do you like? What's hot about you?
I think it's your charm.
That's
Nice.
nice.
Your like energy is like hot.
I'll take
Because
that.
I thought you were confident.
Yeah, I do.
I
Obviously your face too.
Yeah, your face,
but like
your hair, your
Face.
body, everything. Your teeth, your lips, your nose, your eyes.
this is a hard episode for us.
It is.
Yes.
It's also very eye-opening.
All right. Do
Bedroom
we dirty
talk.
talk in the bedroom? Yeah, I would say we do, but I would say it's the same thing every time. Like, cause we know the sweet spots. So like, if it's, I'm never like, I'll just say like, I'm trying to think.
You don't want to give us specifics of what you guys say?
you have your sound bites that you go for.
We have our sound bites, but they're always the same sound bites.
Can I ask, is it when you're doing foreplay or when you're actually having sex?
This is what Graham would like me to explain to everybody.
Okay.
Because I was talking about this the
love
other day.
this.
And he was like, well, you told him we don't do foreplay. And I was like, no, kind of forgot to explain that part.
You said you don't do foreplay?
No, we don't do foreplay. I didn't tell you guys that.
Oh, you guys don't do foreplay?
No.
Stick it in.
Wait, this is, oh my gosh.
Wait, I'm confused.
This episode could be 2 hours with what you just said. What?
I don't know. We never have. Like, I don't even really know much about foreplay because I've forgotten. We literally just like, it takes us like 5 seconds, like get him hard. That's the most important part. I can like turn on like a light switch.
Love.
Like, so I'm like ready to go. And then that's it.
So
That's
you're
all
just
the
like,
foreplay
are
is.
you jumping back and forth while you guys are actually having sex? Like you said, you were 69ing. Like
Yes.
Okay.
I love to try to make sex last forever because I think it feels so good.
Okay.
So we don't do the foreplay thing though. It's like immediately we'll go into it and then like I'll stop because I'm like I don't want to orgasm. I do not want this to end. So then we'll do the 69
I have a
thing.
question for you two ladies in relationships and marriages.
What would
When,
that be?
the longer you're in a relationship, does the foreplay tend to go away? Or is it, have you ever done foreplay?
We used to do foreplay when we were dating probably the first year.
Okay.
No, we definitely did foreplay actually. But now it's like we've transformed or transferred into this thing where we like to make the sex part longer and we'll like jump into the 69, like things like that and like play around while we're doing it. But we don't do foreplay then sex. It's like sex foreplay.
Do you?
You do foreplay. Okay, like what?
Always?
If you want. You don't. We're
I
just
mean, just
Specifics, details, everything.
it's a little different every time. A
Okay.
little shuffle play.
Am I dumb or I thought foreplay was everything up until the dick goes into a hole?
That's what I consider it.
I would
be.
agree with
okay.
that.
Okay, just want to make sure we're on the same page. So
Okay.
you guys don't like make out or kiss?
You just And
We
he
would
just
make
enters you.
we would maybe like if I was in the kitchen making dinner, which would not happen. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
no, I don't blame you.
If I was in the kitchen watching him make dinner, and he like came up behind me and was like
Touched your boobs?
touched my boobs, I'd be like, okay, I know what he wants to do. Like we would kiss a little like in the kitchen, and then we would go to the bedroom, but we just like don't like foreplay. It's one of those things, to call back to a previous episode, where you know how you like communicate things you like.
Yeah.
Like there was just one day, I remember we were in Colorado, and
With me?
Yeah,
no,
Jordan's
not
like,
with you.
excuse me.
like years ago. And I was like, I hate the foreplay part. And he was like, same. And we just were like,
Interesting.
let's not do it.
Love the communication. Question: do you guys make out?
Yes. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
But not, you just don't need to like get aroused.
No,
for
it
sex.
will like we like kiss the whole entire time during sex.
Oh, okay.
A lot of it. Like I love to kiss.
I do too.
It's like the best. Isn't it the best?
Making out's the best part of life.
Don't you think?
I will. If someone asks me what's the best part of life, I would say making out.
Lips are meant to touch. It's electric.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Like lip to lip contact gives you like an inside look at somebody's soul. It like lets you know the compatibility, what they like, what type of person they are. It's like I feel like I can read someone's mind when I make out with them. I love it.
Are you doing like tongue, like, or are you just doing lip to lip? Because people kiss differently. Top, bottom lip, upper lip. You know, like
Remember we talked about this bottom top?
what are you?
So remember pre-lip.
Oh
Lip
yes.
top. Pre-lip fillers, I was bottom, but now that I have a lip fillers, I kind of like to switch it up.
Back to the question.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry. Depends on the situation when it comes to making out.
Yeah, okay.
So
So
yes,
you don't.
we do. It's just the same stuff every time.
Okay.
What about you guys?
Okay, so I kind of have like a vulnerable story.
Okay.
I've never really talked about this because it's
my
kind of
God.
embarrassing, but
I'm
it's
on the edge
not.
of my seat. I'm sorry.
So I really enjoy sex, and back in the day, I was somewhat vocal when I had sex, and because I liked making noise. I also thought that's what guys also liked, and I liked it too because I felt like it was fun to like make noises and like to talk dirty in bed. But a few years ago, I was seeing this guy. Granted, he was very introverted, and we would have like this like crazy sex. Like it was the most intimate sex ever, and I was like very vocal during it, and I like made noises. I like said stuff, and one time he like made a comment that he thought it was almost like embarrassing what I was saying. And ever since then, like you guys, I'm not kidding you, like we had sex, he told me that. I literally told him he had to leave and I never spoke to him again. Like I was so traumatized. I have literal PTSD from that, and I cannot make a sound when I have sex now. I'm literally traumatized.
Wait.
Okay, sounds like he has Christian guilt, maybe. He's like
He's-
prudish.
He was from
right? 'Cause
he
who
was
else
from the
would-
South.
Okay.
He was an engineer, and he was extremely like type A introverted.
Hold on. What did he? Were you in the middle of it, or had it ended? And what did he say?
It was in the middle of it, and it was like the sex was phenomenal. It was in the middle of it, and I can't remember exactly what he said because like honestly I kind of like blacked it out because I was like very embarrassed and traumatized. Now that I think about it, I was like, it wasn't a me thing, it was him, because if it was any other guy they would have had an incredible
They would have
time.
loved it. They would have loved it. Yeah.
It was almost like he was like laughing and was like, do you have to make noises when you have sex?
Good for you for asking him to leave.
Oh, I literally did. I literally got off of him and I was like, what did you just say? And I was like, you cannot, like, I pretty much said you cannot sex shame. Like, one, that's so rude of you to do. Two, if you have a problem with it, say it nicer. And three, you need to get the fuck out of my apartment. He left. He, like, reached out to me a bunch of times, and I told him I never wanted to speak to him again.
Good for you.
I was like, you know when you're angry with someone and you just feel this anger where, like, you truly, like, you know sometimes you end things with someone and you're like, I want them to text me.
Yes.
It was an anger where I was like, I never want to see your fucking face again.
Because you knew it wasn't right.
I knew it wasn't right. Two, I knew it was normal what I was doing. And three, if I want to express myself sexually like that, let me express myself sexually like that.
Do you miss making the noises though? Because it was obviously natural to you to like want to.
Yes. And I swear to God, to this day, I cannot make a peep when I have sex.
Like
now.
you don't like. Are you just talking about talking, or are you talking about noise? Like
Moans, talking, like I'm so traumatized by it. I have like literal PTSD.
Oh my God, Jordan, let it
from
rip.
I know. I haven't had a lot of experiences to do that because I haven't like been in a long-term relationship where I feel comfortable. But yeah.
What if a guy was like making some noises and kind of like, I'd like you to show me something back? Do you think you'd be comfortable doing that or still no?
I don't know. I
Yeah.
haven't been given the opportunity.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
really fair.
Thoughts on guys making noises?
Love
When
it.
a guy,
Why are guys embarrassed about that?
I don't know. I mean, they could have had a similar experience. Maybe some girl hurt them. But like, I love when guys make noises because it tells me what I'm doing is correct.
Correct.
It's like, because sometimes it's scary to be like, hey, I like when you do this. So instead of saying that, start with a moan.
Graham used to not say anything, and I asked him why. I was trying to remember what his answer was.
Do you remember?
Yes, I just remembered it. He was afraid that I wasn't enjoying it as much as he was, and so if he made the noises, then he would feel like selfish or be like kind of like embarrassed, like were you not enjoying that as much as I was? So maybe that could be like a window into like maybe why a guy wouldn't. But I think a girl making sex noises is incredible. Like it's natural because you're like, I'm enjoying it. Like I want to say something. It's the only way you have to tell them.
Which it's so weird because like a lot of guys I've been with say how much they love when girls make noises, but you know when you're like traumatized, it's like you don't know how to explain it. It just like doesn't come out.
When you're traumatized, it's
Yeah.
having a traumatic experience during sex I think it's impossible to come back from. Like you honestly probably won't do it again until really you're comfortable with really comfortable with a guy.
And think about you're like naked, you're vulnerable, like the most vulnerable like position you possibly could ever be in, and someone like tells you that, and it's just like, all right,
Stop.
We talk a lot about like communicating with people during sex, and I'm all for it. But I think like guys listening, especially, if you're gonna tell a girl something, like you have to say, almost the sandwich policy of like you are so fucking hot. Maybe not, maybe a little less noises.
maybe scream a little less.
Yeah, scream a little less, you little animal. Like give her something like that. But to say it like that is like, what did your mama do to you?
And granted, like I said, he was so smart, very type A. He didn't have a lot of social cues, but it's like, dude,
He definitely felt like embarrassed. Maybe it was
Yeah.
a him embarrassed.
it was
thing.
definitely a him thing. Like
Yeah.
you said, he probably like was going back to like who fucking knows anymore.
It was probably a save yourself for marriage situation, and,
Yeah.
and it reminded him of like how
Sex is
bad.
dirty.
Yes.
Yeah.
It probably made him think sex is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Which I don't know where that came from, but
Yeah.
people do think it. Yeah, definitely.
But no, dirty talk is extremely hard. So yeah, no, I don't know how to dirty talk in the bedroom anymore because of that situation.
I hate that. I think the
know.
best dirty talk is telling them what you're enjoying.
I know, but I become a mute.
And descriptors.
I shouldn't say a mute. I'm okay with like I actually don't know. It's been a long time, like I said, since I've been comfortable with somebody in the bedroom.
I hope that you can get back there. You will. I know you will.
I will
know you
eventually.
will. I'm excited for that for you.
The person I marry, he will make me comfortable.
Beyond.
Yeah.
Okay, but you know what I think too, though? I think if a girl is dirty talking, moaning, things like that, that's a massive sign for the guy that
Yeah.
she's loving it.
Loving it.
And then I think the guy should reciprocate a little.
yes.
But these guys that have these big egos, if a girl's like I'm fucking loving it, then you're like what a win for you.
Wait, what's your favorite thing that I would say a guy that Graham could say to you that would turn you on?
It's to touch the boobs. But if you had
Verbal.
to say something verbally, it would probably be like, oh, I like when he says you feel so good. Because I like the feeling. Instead of, I was like, it would be nothing that he would say to me that's like, you look hot, because that just doesn't do it for me. But like to feel, because I always say like the reason I love sex with like the person that you care about is it's one way to feel connected.
Yes.
So that's what it is. Well,
If a guy came up to me and was like, I wanna and he was like, I wanna fuck you,
That's
I'd
what I
be
was
like,
saying.
I would melt in my pants. Put his hand on my neck.
but it has to be saying.
And whispered in my ear, I wanna fuck you with his hand on my neck. I would come right there.
I always think there's a big difference, though, Graham, and I've been talking about this. The difference between this would be one dirty thing that we would talk about. It's like the difference between sex and like fucking. Because there's sometimes where I'm like,
Yes.
you're fucking me, versus like, oh, we're just having like sex, where it's like a little sweeter.
I've experienced
Versus,
different.
like-
Oh, that's totally different.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Fucking,
these are
sex, making love.
That's that's one thing I will say. That's my one dirty talk thing is I'll be like, and we're fucking.
Yeah, if you're fucking, then you're just like letting it rip.
Yeah. As
But
opposed
the
to,
most
like,
unattractive thing that someone can say is for them to say talk dirty to me.
Oh, I hate
It's like
that.
oh my God, I can't believe we have not brought that up.
Talk dirty to me.
It's like you immediately have nothing to say. It's like when
think
you
that's so
it's like, oh,
odd.
I think I could speak Spanish, and then a Spanish person tries to talk to you, and you're like,
frozen in
Como te
time.
amas, like you have nothing to say.
I also when
think
guys
it's
are like,
insulting.
when they're like, tell me what you like.
like
I'm
you
like, what?
say something and I will like go on with it, but to say like talk dirty to me, it's like, excuse me, like I have no idea what to say on command. Like this is a natural conversation.
Or when a guy's like, when I hate when guys are like, do you like that? I'm like, what am I gonna say? No.
Right.
yeah, like
right.
what? Like describe
Like,
what it is
yeah,
that I should
do
be
you
liking.
like that? I'm like,
Like what?
What are you doing?
To request dirty talk
Wait, we
just
have-
spiraled me.
It's supposed to be a conversation, so if you want to do it, you have to start it. Like you should say something.
Guys, if you're listening, we have no tips, but the only tip is do not say talk dirty. Do not say talk dirty to me.
Do you like it?
That one doesn't give me like that
It's
doesn't
just boring.
grind
And it's
me.
like, what? Like what?
Yeah, that's boring to me. Talk dirty to me is like almost insulting. Like
No, I
you do
agree.
it to me. Like you.
Yeah, you
no.
talk to me, bitch.
Like no.
Oh my
Like
God, Alex, that's so true. It's like you do this for me. Like
you talk
it'll
dirty.
turn me on, but like
why
it's like
don't
a
they do
two-way
it?
street.
like why don't you say
conversation.
something and I'll respond to you?
Yeah.
That's so valid.
I cannot believe we did not think of that good call.
Wait, also the whole thing about like fucking having sex and making love. It's like, have you had all three?
Is that a question?
Yeah.
At the same time or with the same person?
No, just in life.
Sometimes in the same hour.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, wait,
That was
what?
mean.
No, I've had all three, but I was like, no, it was
Oh.
like, wow, I wish I could have it all in the same hour with somebody.
Okay, but you do know.
Yeah,
You know the feeling
Yes.
of the three.
yes.
Okay, what's your guys' favorite?
What was
Making
it?
love.
Making love.
Making love?
Yeah.
What was the last one?
Fucking having sex and making love.
Okay,
I
How
love.
do you describe having? What do you mean by that?
So to me, making love is like the sex is so intimate. It's like the intimacy that's mind blowing.
but what's just having sex? Neither, just happening. You love them, but
Yeah.
you're just having sex.
Okay,
Quickie before you and like a long quickie before you and Mike have to like go out to dinner.
the fucking, I think there's like the three ways, but fucking and making love are both equally as powerful and electric, but the fucking is more rapid and like a little bit more like you're sweating. It's
And
like more physical.
and more raunchy.
A little bit more
You're like
raunchy.
fuck me versus like I love you.
Yes, but the making love is just as intense, but it's like slower.
Yeah.
Sex to me is like checking a box. You're
Yes.
like we're doing, and we're. But I think sometimes for me that lives in the middle of them. Like we have to have the sex phase.
Sex
You
is a
just-
chore.
Sex is a chore.
You just said that beautifully.
Yeah, that was really
Thank
well
you.
put. Good job.
Like
I
I
think about it all the time.
very well put.
wait, no, actually though, like having sex isn't what you want. You either want to be fucking or making love.
Sometimes you do have to be. You know, you gotta like.
Like I think about the guys I've had I've met and we just like, quick like go back to their place. Like that's truly in my mind I was like, yeah, we just fucked. But no, we just had sex. Cuz it wasn't like passionate or like rough or raunchy or like long term. It was like a quick in and out and then I was out the door. You know what I mean?
Like
That's
you can't
sex.
get that with a one night stand.
You
That's why
can't.
one night stands suck.
That's why one night stands
100%.
suck.
I feel like we're writing a thesis right now.
I know.
We are. We're like
This is a
tying everything
dissertation.
together.
This is literally a dissertation.
This wine is phenomenal.
Listener question.
Alex is already fired up about it.
Okay, so someone wrote in and said, I just had this debate last night with my friends. Is cuddling foreplay? Men instantly think they're getting ass if you cuddle. What do girls expect? Love.
I don't think, well, I would think all men would think when you're cuddling, it is foreplay, but there's a guy named Graham who I'll cuddle. I'll be cuddling and I'm like so ready and I'm so excited. And he's like, bed? And I'm like, but we're cuddling.
Wait, I'm with Graham on this. What?
No, what?
Do you think foreplay is
Cuddling?
You think cuddling's foreplay?
Yes.
How are you cuddling? Is his finger up your butt? What?
No, we're just cuddling. Like when we're cuddling in bed, I get so excited because I'm like, yeah.
Are you facing him or your ass is to him?
Either way.
You shaking your booty?
You shaking your booty?
I've been like, I'll be laying on top of him and he'll be like, are you tired? And I'm like, no, I'm wide awake. You don't think cuddling is foreplay?
Not at all. I think you have to be touching or kissing for it to start the foreplay.
But okay, but you started cuddling first and then you just randomly started kissing
Let me rephrase that. Yeah, always.
out of nowhere.
Yeah. Are you ever just like with someone and they just like start kissing you?
I think it's cuddle then kiss. I guess not. Well, are you standing up?
Yeah.
Okay. In the standing up scenario, I get it. But if you're laying in bed and you're cuddling, don't you think that usually is going to transpire into something?
No, because I like if I'm laying on a couch with someone, even if I'm on top of them, and we're not kissing or touching, we're not starting the sex yet. But like if they grab me or like we start like messing around or the lips start touching, then I'm like, all right, foreplay, let's get it on.
Graham
No,
agrees.
I'm kind of with
you know.
Alex. I feel like it's the type of cuddling, especially if you're spooning. It's like you're like rubbing your ass. Like you couldn't make it more obvious that you like are trying to have sex.
Well, I mean,
Yes!
if
Like,
you're
you could-
cuddling and like, let's say you guys are spooning and Graham starts to like touch you, then yes, because he's touching you like in your places.
Yeah, he doesn't because I don't think he thinks cuddling is a cue for that.
It's not.
Why? Totally. For me, it is. This is your point of view is nice though because then it doesn't make cuddling equal sex, which is good.
Yeah.
But on occasion, it
I
could.
think if you have there's something called a little dirty cuddling. Like when you're cuddling someone and they start to like start rubbing you and putting their hands on you. All right,
I don't think
let's get it on.
No, I will be laying on him and he won't catch it. You're depressing me.
Or if you're cuddling and like I take it back. If you're cuddling and like the hand goes on the thigh and starts rubbing the thigh, let's get it on.
But yeah, let's get it on. I don't know that you're cuddling with a hand on the thigh.
That's what I mean because cuddling's not foreplay.
Yes, I think cuddling is definitely foreplay. I think
You
it's
have to add a little spice to it to make it
Yeah.
foreplay. You can't
I
just be
did.
sitting there like.
I do. And he's like,
That's foreplay.
I think that cuddling leads to I just think it is, right?
No,
Are you doing a little rubbing?
Where's your hands?
What do you?
It depends. Well, where do they have to be? Can they be around him? Can I be
Is
like,
he a big spoon?
yes,
Okay.
always.
So if your arms are just wrapped around his chest,
I think girls that are big spoons. That is so not like.
I like to be a backpack sometimes.
What?
it's more
like a joke.
You just said that about Graham.
Yeah. Wait.
No, girls that are big spoons.
You said Graham's the.
He's the big
Graham's
spoon.
He's a man.
Graham's my
Oh,
big spoon.
I'm always a little spoon.
You got to be little bit.
I'm a big girl, like a tall girl. like I don't want to be behind a
98%
guy.
of the time I'm little spoon. I'm just saying sometimes it's funny and cute.
It's because you're little and cute.
Yeah, 'cause you're cute and
You're
little.
not 5'8". With a man who's your height.
You're like a fucking giant sometimes, Alana.
Literally.
Like you actually can be the big spoon. I guess it's different.
Finding a man who can pick a girl up this tall is just depressing.
Debatably, we are the big spoons, okay?
I got big fucking hands and feet, okay?
You could be the backpack. I've never been a backpack.
We are backpacks. We are full-blown like hockey satchels. Like
We're golf bags.
We are golf bags.
Fucking hate it. Oh, it's like the backpack's cute. And we're like, yeah, you're cute.
Yeah, you're also like what 4'8".
And you got an envelope 5'5".
Fuck up, Alana.
You be a little spoon. I feel tall standing here. I hate it.
I hate it here. Okay, so Graham is the big spoon. You're a little spoon. Where are his hands?
I have to be a little spoon because I feel huge. I'm so triggered. I'm so triggered and I'm feeling like a giant.
We are giants.
I'm sweating. Yeah, Graham's always the big spoon.
Okay, where are his hands?
Around me.
But maybe
What?
maybe you think it's foreplay because he's around near your boobs and your boobs are such a big turn on spot for you.
That's what it is. It's probably that. I'm like, oh.
Because you're like, he's touching my boobs and I can get an orgasm.
It's getting worse.
That could be it. Because I'm assuming it's like this, right?
Yeah. It's like wrapped around.
Okay, so you're like, okay. Remember I told you like sometimes when you're attracted to someone and they just like touch you, your body just like zaps. Do you know what I'm talking about? Just like
Yes.
they could literally just put their hand on your back or just like graze you, and you're like, oh my god. So you could be
that rhythm. Whatever you just did.
oh my god. Starting to get a silly goofy mood.
She's liking it. She's being touched by somebody, the chair, I guess. She's like, oh my God, I'm dead. No, if he even touches my hand, I feel like a zap. I'm
So
like,
that's what I mean. So like for you, since like he's grazing your boob, even though he's not thinking about it, like that could like start zapping your body, and then I can see why that could be foreplay for you.
I agree.
I think I just cracked the code.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I think that cuddle. So you think no, you think kind of, and I think absolutely cuddling is foreplay without a shadow of a doubt. If a girl wants to cuddle with you, she wants to have sex with you.
No.
Yes.
That is lies. Tell me lies.
Tell me. Wait, what is that? Damn it.
Tell me lies. Tell me sweet little lies. Oh, we're gonna get copyright demonetized. No, that's a lie, Alex. Because what if they're laying flat and like you're doing like that, like the old school type of cuddle, like Graham's laying flat and you're just like laying on his chest. To me, that's so like PG, just like cute, like that. No.
That's maybe that one specific act of cuddling.
Okay.
The spooning one to me that was like just go
Yeah,
for it.
spooning is like put it in.
Your hands better be
Correct.
down my pants if you want to start
Yeah.
having sex.
I agree with Alex on that one.
They have to put in the work. You want to start touching me.
What if you're the backpacker? Is that the scenario?
The backpack is more like a silly, goofy move kind of thing.
We're not really.
A back scratch, maybe.
I will
That's
say
not
though,
sex.
okay, if you are a backpack,
Never.
think about the control you have over the guy, because like you have easier access to like grab him or like touch his neck or like play with his ear or his hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
kind
true.
of fun being I'm never in the back, but it's kind of fun being
No.
in the back.
No. I feel like I am 6'2" when I'm a backpack.
Hey, Graham is 6'7", so
It's a little close. A little close.
yeah. Okay, so we're gonna agree to disagree.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
That's
It
good. Healthy
boils
discussion.
to the individual.
I think this is a great time for that.
Quick pause to talk about Summer. Summer is the dating app to be on. It's different than all the other dating apps because instead of swiping one by one, you see a bunch of profiles at the same time and you can pick who stands out to you just like you would do in real life. If you were standing at a bar, you'd be like, oh, he's cute, I pick him. It recreates the feeling of walking into a party and seeing who catches your eye. Summer shows you the people closest to you. Okay, louder for the people in the back. Summer shows you the people that are closest to you. So if you open the app at a bar and the people around you are on the grid, they're probably the people around you at the bar too. That is so cool because then you'll know who's single. Likes expire after 24 hours, so you don't have to wait around for weeks wondering if someone is going to message you. 24 hours, that's perfect for us youngins because we like instant gratification. Cuffing season is here, so stop swiping and start dating. Look up Summer on the App Store and download it today. Enjoy. That's when I say, is sex a chore? Like I ask myself that question. And it's like the more, there was a point where sex was a chore. But everyone tells you like the best way to keep marriage alive is to have like a sexy sex life, like a steamy sex life. And I never really understood that or like felt that or knew why until we fell into the friend zone, where I was like, from the friend zone, it's going to go one of two ways. It can go to the right or to the left. Let's say the right is good times, sex, love, steam. But to the left is like arguing, fighting, a problem.
Breaking up,
Something like that. If we go to the left and we came from the friend zone, I don't have anything to look forward to. Why would I want to get out of that fight? You know, like if hope is somewhere you've been before, you're like, now we're fighting. I don't want to go back to the friend zone.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
When you were in the friend zone, were you like actually not attracted to him at the time, or were you just not into sex at the time?
That's a really good question. I was attracted to him. I wasn't.
Yeah.
But I was attracted to him in a way of like
why did it turn into the friend zone? That's what I'm wondering. Like, what triggered that?
you asked me a great question the other day. You said, do you think you married for emotional or physical?
Yes.
And I was like, emotional. And then I had to work for physical.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah.
Graham and I were highly emotionally compatible. But physically, you know how sometimes you have like insane sex with somebody and it's like, but you kind of fight a lot.
Yes.
And it's like you feel all these things, or you're like, we get along great. I can do life with this person when it's bad, when it's good. We push each other. We were more that.
Okay.
And then I was like, but we have to make it 50-50 because I think a successful relationship is emotional and steamy.
Yeah. Well, because I think a lot of people, when you get into a relationship, I think we forget that you're never going to find someone that's perfectly 50-50. So it's like, do I want to date this person for the stability, the emotional connection, or do I want to date this, not crazy person, but like this like person who makes me hot and heavy, but we don't have like the best like emotional relationship?
Because you said with your ex, you hit the patch and you guys broke up.
Yes, because I didn't know it was normal. Like, I didn't know other people went through that, so I assumed going through that meant we just weren't made for each other. Like, I never knew that people went through this.
So what happened? You hit friend zone and then like it fizzled?
Yeah, we dated for 5 years. We hit friend zone about like year 4, and it was for so long where I was kind of like, well, nothing's going to change, but I also didn't try to make it change.
Because why? You didn't care?
I didn't know how to make it change, and I also didn't know it was normal, so I never thought that it could change.
That's fair.
If that
The
makes
same thing happened to me.
Yeah.
And sometimes I mean, it's for the best. Like, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think we would have worked out anyway. But sometimes I think that the moment I realized I wanted to break up with my like 6-year relationship was the friend zone thing. And I didn't know it was real. I remember crying to my mom on the couch about it. Like, I remember saying, I want to feel passionately in love with the person I'm with. I'm 23 years old and I don't feel that way. But I had in the past. So I wonder if I had known that, if I would have stuck it out.
Hearing you say that you and Graham went through the friend zone was like the most eye-opening thing, because I truly had no idea that was common. Like, how did you guys get out of that?
It took. I don't think it's a bad place to be.
I need you to walk me through the whole thing. Like, the moment you were aware of it
And you jumped on it.
and how you had a conversation about it. Like, I cannot even imagine, and like, I cannot imagine successfully getting out of the friend zone, so I need to know everything.
Yeah, okay.
Start from the beginning.
Graham and I used to be, it's like we used to be the sex, drugs, rock and roll type thing.
Yeah.
And I loved that phase, but I knew it wasn't sustainable. So him and I, when we were engaged and getting married, we were also growing up. Some of our friends were having these jobs. Like, we started to take life a little bit more seriously. And so with that, we got married at that time and we stopped going out as much. We fell into like a pretty serious routine. He would go to an office every day. I would work from home. We had been married for 6 months. Like, the honeymoon kind of wears off, you know, and you're like, okay, so you're going to come home every day at 5. We're going to make dinner and then we're going to eat it together, maybe watch a movie or something, fold some laundry and then go to bed. And we would have sex at night sometimes. And then it just kind of got to where we would be going to bed and we'd be like, I'm exhausted. Or just like, what's the point? We weren't arguing. That was the thing. We weren't ever arguing in the friend zone. We got along great.
Because you're like best friends.
Best friends. We never held hands, though. Anything like that.
Oh, so you lost your physical touch altogether.
Totally
also,
lost
when you
physical
were
touch.
about to have sex, was it like weird? Was it like, oh,
Kinda
do you want to
awkward.
go have sex?
That's the word I wrote down. It was awkward.
Yeah.
It got kind of awkward.
Yeah.
Because we were like, we know we're supposed to have sex because, like, you're married and that's what you do on a Thursday night when you get in bed. But we were both kind of like,
Like, were you kind of like, hurry up and get this over with? Like, come,
Yes.
I want to go to bed.
yes. It was like, it was a sex became a
Ew.
chore.
Me too.
But I knew, I was like, I remember these fun, steamy times. I love this person. So it was like, okay, we have to address the elephant in the room. We have to be like, I went first. I'm more emotional.
Of course you would.
Yeah. I scream things out loud. He's a little bit more of an internalizer. So I was like, hey, I started out, I felt really awkward. So at first when I started out, I was kind of like, hey, do you think like we should, or like you could, like I miss when you touch me, kind of. Like I miss when you just like grab my ass out in public. And at first he was like, yeah. But you know what I think he thought? I think he thought this is what marriage is. Like,
I think a lot of people do. I think they think that's how it's supposed to be. And then they just stick with it.
that's so true. And you're like, and you're okay with it.
Yeah.
You're like, no, this is what it is. This is what we've seen.
Because also, not like our parents' generation, they don't talk about sex like we do, so we just assume they don't have sex and it's normal not to have sex. Like, that's my biggest fear: get married and then you lose all the steam.
Yes, that's what it was. And I was like, it doesn't. No, we do not have to be this way. Like, we can juice this up. Steam. We can have sex at noon if you want to come home for a lunch break.
Yeah.
Like, we have to spice this up, or I don't think this isn't fun for me.
So, do you think it was the routine that was the biggest, that caused it the most?
I think it was the routine. I think it was fear. I think we both assumed this is just, it's going to happen at some point. The honeymoon phase is going to wear off. It's going to suck. And then I think we both were like, this is it. It's happening. This is the marriage thing. This is the enemy. This is the boringness of it. Like, and it was like, why would you just fall into a stereotype voluntarily?
Yeah.
And so we started really having to be like, okay, you got to touch me. I would touch him first. I grab his hand and little things like that. And it's like when you go to the gym,
Muscle memory.
And you're like, okay, I'm going to the gym. At first I know it's not fun, but then I'm going to start looking better. Then I'm going to be able to run on that treadmill a little bit longer. Then I'm going to feel good. Then I'm going to love myself. And that's what started to happen.
So did you start to change up things you did in the bedroom? Like, did you buy lingerie? Did you try new positions? Like, how did you get your sex life to be sexy again? I literally can't imagine going, you know what I mean? Like, I can't.
I wish I could ask him this. He asked his therapist at the time too. He was like, what can I do? And I don't know what the therapist said, but it was good. He was like, this is normal, but you two have to start talking about it. It was seriously like awkward. The person I know like really well, I'm like, hey, we need to fuck
Should we go have sex?
Literally.
Yeah.
We downloaded an app which gives you like a new position every day.
Okay, that's fun.
It was very fun. Then we found our favorites. I'm telling you guys, you know how I feel about the 69. That like got me through it. And lingerie, like he would buy it like different times of the day. You have to like mix it up. But we were just like, we cannot fall into routine. I want to go to bed. I'm tired.
Routines are
Chore.
healthy but scary.
I don't even think that you need to switch it up that much. I think you just need to have a conscious effort to like be so present when it's happening.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean?
Is big.
Because
Yeah.
sometimes you could have sex for like 3 minutes, like in missionary, and you're like, that was awesome.
Yeah.
If the passion's there.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I enjoy sex. Mm-hmm. When we're flirting and things like that, I'm like, I want to go home and have sex with you. You're my husband. I love it. I feel really connected to him in that way. But I think when you fall out of it, you're like, oh, we got to do that thing. We got to check that box. But yeah, if you're present and you're like enjoying it, like, do you enjoy having sex? Because it's different for you.
Yeah.
Because are you doing it like? Why do you?
Yeah. So. The way I like describe it is it's very hard because I'm a very sexual person. I love like making out, touching people. I'm horny a lot of the times, but I don't love sex a lot of the times. But I think what I'm learning is I am somebody who needs to be really connected with someone to have sex. Like we talked about in that one episode, like one night stands aren't fun because I'm not connected with that person. I just feel like I need to be very comfortable with someone to have great sex. Because I've had great sex, but it's with people that I am extremely connected with. I've only had great sex a few times in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
So you are sexual. Like
Very.
You're a very sexual person.
Yes.
But you need to have like the passion attached to it. Mm-hmm. So how are you doing like with
Being single.
being single? Yeah, that's the
Well, I mean, so I didn't have sex for about 2 years because of COVID, and it didn't bother me. Like, I wasn't bothered by it, but I was bothered by the thought of it because I thought people were going to think I was weird for not having sex. Like, not that anyone's like, so when was the last time you had sex? But it was like, it was going on like 2 years. I was like, that's so embarrassing. But I was like, why?
Why did you think it was embarrassing?
I think because society like teaches us if you're not having sex regularly, you're like a loser. I felt like a loser. Like I literally felt like a loser. I was like, no one finds me desirable. Like
That's such a movie trope.
yes,
You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't for movies, I feel like no one would think that.
100%.
It's so funny too because it takes so much to like go on the dates that you do, put yourself out there like you do. I think it's like one of the best things that you've done since I've known you. I'm like, oh my God, you're a thorough, like you shoot your shot, truly.
Oh, yeah.
Some people are like, I'm single, woe is me. And it's like, for you, it's like, we can definitely say you try.
Yes.
And then to think about it in terms of like the people that you've slept with or like the number that it is.
Yeah.
It's like, that's so funny that we would put value on that as opposed to like the effort that you do.
Right? Like I remember when I came to New York and I finally had sex, and my biggest thought was, oh, now I can finally say it hasn't been 2 years, and I can say it's been like a few weeks.
Wait, no, we even talked about that on here. I think I was like part of that. I think I was like, wait, how long has it been?
Yeah,
Why? Why did I do that? Why did I care?
It's a society thing. Like you're like, wait, because it's almost like you think you can't, like people can't function without having sex regularly.
Well,
with
wait.
another human.
Wait, could you though?
Yeah, it was fine. I mean, I know how to. I can do it myself just as good.
That's the thing. Okay, that's where I
yeah.
think I'm getting caught up because I was like, hold on. We just talked about how like sex is good for us.
Yeah.
But you could do it yourself just as
Yeah,
good.
I mean, I love doing it myself, and I know how to like do it the best.
How long does it take you?
I can do it pretty quickly because I sometimes am on time crunches.
3 to 5 minutes?
Yeah, I can do it 3 to 5 minutes if I need to.
I just need to stop visualizing it.
Yeah, please don't do that. It makes me uncomfortable.
No, it's good. I'm proud of you. I think guys like need to come, maybe. Like I think they're like supposed to.
Yeah, I
I think that's just something they tell you when you're 14 and they want a hand job.
But can't they get like blue balled? Like really, like it gets painful if they don't come. Like too much build up.
I think
and pressure.
that's like high school boys like trying to make you like touch them. I
no,
don't think
it's
blue
not
balls
really
is
real.
real.
I think it's real.
I think it's real too.
Guys, I
Because
don't.
They have to ejaculate because like they are producing like
Think of what you're
sperm all the
saying.
time.
No, I think
They have
she's
to release
right.
it, yeah. Because think about we are born with the amount of eggs we are born with, but they are constantly producing sperm every single day, and if they don't release that, it gets built up.
I don't think so, guys. I really don't. I think that
We need
that's
a
a myth
doctor.
by young boys.
Wait, and it's not
It's
like
not
a
like breast
release?
milk. It's not like you need to pump it or you're gonna like. No, I think that like they just tell you that because they want you to like finish them when you're 16 and don't want to have sex with them.
If you're a guy, can you please let us know?
No, I think
it's real.
I think it's good for them to
Yeah.
come. No, trust me, the people will let us know.
Yeah,
We're gonna
I
know.
would like. I kind of want someone to just walk in and like tell us.
Like, hey, we have a question for
Are
you.
blue balls real?
But scientifically, like, do
I mean, I feel like it's the same way as like edging, and you're like
I don't know what that means.
you're about to come and you don't, and then you're like frustrated.
Yeah.
I think that's as far as that feeling goes.
wait, but
I'm sure there's discomfort. I really don't think it's a painful thing. I think that's what like boys tell you to make you feel bad into giving them like a hand job.
I don't think it's painful. But I think we're like hardwired. Like I think it's good for you. Like I think it's part of the human experience.
for sure. Yeah.
Like I think it's a good.
No, I'm
thing.
saying the blue balls pain thing. I think is a myth.
Do you guys know that?
Got it.
Yeah.
Is blue balls a myth? On this week's episode, we talked about it, and it really pissed people off. I thought it was real. Alana thought it was fake. Alex thought it was real. So let's go around the Barstool office and ask.
Blue balls is an urban legend created by men hundreds and hundreds of years ago is to hopefully get women to feel sorry for them to finish off the job of getting a hand duty.
100% real. And you guys need to educate yourselves about it.
Blue balls is not real at all. It's a fallacy. It's completely made up. And Jack Mack is not the guy who should be telling you what's real and not when it comes to anything sexual.
I think it's person to person.
Blue balls is not real. I don't know who started that for guys, but I'm glad we did. It's just like, it's fake, but it's awesome that girls think that it's a thing.
Blue balls are real. I do not get them though.
No.
Oh, I love the hair. Like you got some like blonde streaks going on all summertime. Yeah. Congrats on all the success with the pod. You guys are crushing it. Yeah.
He confirmed it too. He said,
Oh, I love it. I love one.
no, it's fake.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
you-
blue balls thing? I knew you would say
Oh yeah. I used to lie about it all the
I
time.
thought it was a discomfort that you guys felt if we didn't help you finish.
Yeah, that's the lie we sold you. That's the bill of goods.
You're like a fucking idiot.
Yeah. It's like make you feel sorry for me so you'll finish tugging us off. You know? That's kind of the whole thing.
Why did I lose my entire life?
Because it's convincing and like
I know, but now I feel like
I was speaking
lied to.
hypothetically, by the way. I don't know how this will be edited, so there's no tomfoolery going on here. We're just
stealing
talking
this.
about blue balls and how it's been a urban legend from guys in order to get the job finished for hundreds and hundreds of years.
That's exactly
That's all we need.
That's what I think. We'll let Chicklets fans decide.
And Negro Pod fans decide too.
I realize I have a really hard time realizing if I like someone because I like them or I like the idea of them.
The idea of them.
Like that's something I was reevaluating every guy I've dated in New York, and every single time I'm like, did I actually like them or did I like the idea of them?
Especially like a heightened scenario when you can't have them.
Exactly.
When they're from afar.
Or when they reject me because of the ego.
And then you're like, they're awesome.
Like, remember that guy I was hooked up on for like 3 months?
Yes.
And I remember people would be like, what do you like about him? And I was like,
You didn't even really know him that well.
I didn't. But he rejected me, and I was so obsessed with the idea of him because I met him organically. We met in like it was like kind of a funny way.
Mm-hmm.
We like shared a unique experience, and now today I'm like, I like this man because of the idea of him solely. I could not tell you one reason why I liked him, besides like the basics.
Do you have, it's like,
Because it's the idea of how I met that person. I'm so caught up on the organically meeting, like the serendipity, the fun story,
the meet cute.
The meet cute. I'm so obsessed with the meet cute.
And I was thinking sometimes it's not where you are, but it's how far you've come. Like I was being so hard on myself. Guys!
it's so real. No, I was just about to say, I love that. It's just so funny, like when I know you're about to hit us with some freaking like Ray Dunn shit. I was just like a slap in the face. Like I want to start crying. I am crying. And I want to say I love that, but
I was crying too.
Oh, you are.
Oh my god, I need a Kleenex.
Okay, go on.
How can I even keep
Please.
going on?
I do love that. Say that again.
Yeah.
Okay, but I was like, sometimes you're so hard on yourself, and you're like, what the fuck are you doing? And then I'm like, remember where you were a year ago. Like, it's not where we're at right literally now. It's like, how far have you come? And then you're like, dang, like, I've come a long way. But we're like so hard on ourselves in the day to day. A guy going to therapy is a green flag.
The greenest flag of all.
Have you seen the Titanic?
Yes, Alex, I have, because I'm a normal human being, unlike you.
Because I didn't know on the Titanic when it was going down, literally, they on the lifeboats last night. I was like, well, who got on the lifeboats? Who'd we save?
The women and children.
So in today's age, if the boat was going down, do you think the same thing would happen?
I'd call for it.
I mean,
Women and children, everyone. Get in line.
I was thinking some guys would be like, well, listen, I run a Fortune 500 company. I need to be on the boat.
No, literally, I think that we would all have like the assumption that it would be that way, but I don't think men would do that.
I could see some guys being like, here's my tax returns. I'm getting on the boat.
No, literally, like, I do more for this world than you. I'm getting on.
You're welcome.
But I'm pregnant. I don't care.
I was just thinking, like, would that still play?
I don't think so.
You think it'd be different?
Chivalry is almost dead.
Is it almost dead?
At least with the guys I've dated.
How's because some people, I think it was you, told me you can orgasm and then have sex again.
No, only with a vibrator.
Okay, because I tried and I was miserable.
No.
That's what I do every time.
What?
Yeah.
Isn't your vagina a little sensitive?
I'm
like,
I'm before. And then maybe again after.
No, I was like, don't touch me.
Wait, really? I always
That
come
makes
before.
my vagina tingle.
No,
I was miserable.
I get that. Yeah.
Like
I totally get that.
okay, do you know when you orgasm how your vagina gets like hard?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I feel like it's too hard to like you have to let it soften before you allow a dick to go in there again.
Yeah,
Like,
I get
do you need
that.
like 30 minutes to reset?
Yes, I've never orgasmed twice from a man in the same night.
I don't even
I don't
need-
think I have.
I don't even need 2 orgasms. I just need to be okay doing it again for him.
Yeah.
And I was like, like I tried, but is it possible? That's what I need to know. Is it possible?
Well, I
She
do it
did
every
it.
time.
So you have an orgasm.
Yeah.
And
And like
then
getting fingered.
Whatever.
Non-dick penetration.
Yeah.
Okay.
and then immediately you can have sex again and you're okay. You're not like, don't touch me.
Yeah, I guess.
It doesn't hurt? I just feel like your vagina's so like
No, I
tense.
get what you're saying. I guess it's just that's just what I do.
Yeah. So
I
it
get,
works.
but I get what you're saying. I know some people can't do that. I think everyone's different.
Because a magazine.
I think everyone's different.
a magazine in high school told me it was possible.
Was it Cosmopolitan?
I
Wait, is
think
that-
so. And
Is
I've
that
never forgotten it.
abnormal?
No, I think it's normal.
No, you're lucky.
Yes, jealous of that.
I did
like
my
vagina
That's
turns
just like
off.
how I do it with my boyfriend. Like I wasn't always like that
with
with my boyfriend. Like I
specific to a person.
yeah,
Maybe you guys are just that compatible.
I guess.
Hyper compatible.
Like I in the
That's how you can
past
tell.
definitely didn't do that.
Okay.
Would definitely wait for just the sex part, but now I do it both.
Wait, I just realized that's a way a guy can tell if a girl faked it or not. Like their vagina gets.
I'm definitely definitely takes me a second to get like ready again, but I just do it.
I guess maybe.
And once I think if you do it quick enough, like it's I think the speed in between the O and the entry
yes
is what makes it like doable.
Okay,
Because it's almost like I just am still like there.
Yeah, that's sad. I haven't had the opportunity to try it in so long.
Because I don't like the risk of just going into sex and maybe not coming.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know?
Yes, correct. And I last night I was like, I can do it because the boob play turns me on so much that for sex I'm literally, I mean, it's like 3 to 5 seconds and it's not really fair. So
Right.
I'm like, hold on, let me keep trying. And then I'm like, wow, that doesn't feel good.
No, I'm like that too. Yeah.
But I don't know. Try it. Right after you're doing it, like just stick it in.
Just keep
keep
try.
don't stop. Like don't slow down. You're still into it. So you kind of catch back up. Like don't let yourself come down.
I literally feel like this is it. After it comes, it's like
Yeah.
nee.
Like I don't let myself come down
Oh.
from the high.
I think I let myself come down.
Yeah, you're like sit there and you're like, eh.
If you knew you were gonna do it, then you'd have a different mentality, maybe.
100%.
Okay, thank you for that.
Okay.
Um,
That's good to know.
That's good to know.